My dissent is part of the public record. I hope that you all have read it. I'm not going to read it word for word. This has been one of the most strangest experiences that I've had, in that it was not a collaborative or a consultative process. At neither of our 2 public meetings that we had in 2015 was there any discussion at either one of those meetings that the advisory committee was going to embark on writing a report. There was no discussion about forming a subcommittee. There was no appointments of people to lead efforts to write a report. There were no public mentions at all. It is in the statute. And I can tell you, as an advisory committee member, I received no offline communications, no phone calls, no emails, no smoke signals, indicating that 2 individuals were taking independent initiative on their own to author a report that would speak for all 9 members of the advisory committee. I know that an advisory committee is supposed to be a collaborative process. So there was absolutely nothing collaborative in the way that this report was produced. And I don't think it's a valid report of this committee, because it failed to engage from the very beginning the members or the associate members. And I understand that the associate members, by statute, cannot vote. That does not mean that they cannot be consulted. There's nothing in the statute that says a report shall not consult at all with all of the associate members. And to be honest, if I was an associate member, I would be a little offended that I'm asked to come here, attend meetings, listen in, give my voice, but when it came time to issue a formal report, you're not consulted at all. Think about me as an actual member of the 9-member committee. I was not consulted that a report was forthcoming. When the report was finally provided to me on February 5th, I was given 2 weeks to accept the conclusions of the report or to issue a dissent. Had I been involved or consulted with that a report was being created, I would have worked collaboratively. We may not have agreed on issues. I would have suggested academic research. I would have suggested other witnesses. I would have suggested associate members to consult with. I was not in the loop. And I do have a number of questions for the 2 co-authors about how they decided to initiate this process, because that still has never been explained to me. I appreciate your initiative, but I don't appreciate not being consulted. And then when we get to the conclusions of the report, it becomes a self-referencing echo chamber where it references previous meetings of the advisory committee, which did not feature necessarily balanced panels that were providing multiple points of view on some of these very technical and detailed issues. We cannot produce a report that relies on bad data and relying on transcripts of meetings that did not have a robust presentation of views and ideas is bad data. And I think for that second reason, this report cannot be considered a valid product. So at this point, again, the details of my dissent are available for anyone to read. And I have a lot of questions. I'm sure other people do.